Welcome to Big Daddy Racing Mechanics, and today we're fixing a
2014 Malibu LT, the O2 sensor, the upstream and downstream.
To start with our supplies, we have a big flashlight so we can see through the car, a 22mm socket, another wrench.
Yeah, you're gonna need a special O2 sensor socket, a 7/8. You can get these at your local, Harbor Freight. I got mine from Lowe's, but Harbor Freight got it set, and you usually get it from wherever you need, whatever they sell them. I got the wrench out there just so if we need be, it'll be a little easier.
Then we have a 10mm socket to get the battery off, and then extenders.
This is your upstream and downstream O2 sensors. Next, of course, we got some gloves to keep our hands clean. We are sterile. So stay tuned. Again, we're doing this video on a 2014 Malibu LT.
All right, we're about to put an O2 sensor in for a 2014 Chevrolet 2.5 liter. And first thing though, before you want to mess with them O2s, you want to go ahead and disconnect that negative cable so you don't get any sparks or whatever. And then you go from there. All right, I already disconnected the negative cable already, and so now this has got a little clamp on you. You got to be careful that you don't break it. You pull down on the gray piece, pop up on it, shake it a little bit. Got to get a little tight grab and pull it loose. And there he is, the clip for the O2 sensor.
So now we're gonna go and get the socket to take this piece off, and replace it and put the new one on.
Right.
Y'all stay tuned.
Get an O2 socket remover and your ratchet. Put in.
What size ratchet is that?
1/4 inch. Ratchet in, pull up real hard, break it loose. Just like spark plugs, you gotta be careful when you break it loose. When you break it loose, it's loose, you take your socket, pull it out.
That's the complete deal. Look how big that is. See, look at that. Now give me where's the other one? The new one. Get it. So I get it. Look at it. So look how bad that looking now. See? And I'm gonna show you this the new one. See, look at it. See the difference? Same part. One's new, one's old. All right, y'all stay tuned and put it back in there.
All right, I showed you guys the new O2 sensor. So I'm putting the new one in now, and I'm finger tightening it. And you're gonna get the finger tight, holding the wire where so it don't be twisted all up. Once you get the finger tight, you get your O2 sensor, socket again, put back down on there. Make sure you got your ratchet in tighten mode. Put your ratchet on, snug it down.
What you mean by snug it down?
Snugging it down means tightening it until it's tight. It's just like sockets, these O2s, they'll break. I mean, just like spark plugs, I'm sorry. Like spark plugs, just tighten them down and they snug. That's it, it's in there. Pull your parts out and then you plug it back in.
That's where we're on that side. You go in front of it.
Well, go in front. It don't matter either one. I was putting it here because it's more heat block.
Coming in? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's heat blocking heat.
I didn't know that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
I want to make sure, tell them what side to put it on.
Okay, so you put it, well, you don't want to be too close to the exhaust, so you put it on the opposite side of the exhaust, kind of away from the fan, but it don't get caught in the fan, like when it's leaning down, so. And then you just, you push down on the plug.
And clip it in. There you go.
Snapping it in.
You heard that snap? Ha! Big Daddy Racing, baby.
That's it. Okay, we on the bottom now of the 2014 O2 sensor, and then you got to get the plug. You got to unplug it, You got to push up on the gray piece till it clicks, and then you give a snug little pull, and you pull the clip out, and it comes out clean like that, right? Then you got to get your O2 socket, put it right here, and give a good snug turn, and then you come down. All right, now get that little black socket. All right, I got my O2 sensor socket on here, and I got my ratchet. You got to give a snug pull, and it comes right down, just like a socket. I mean, just like a spark plug. And once you get it loose, you know, like I said, it's hand tight. After you break it loose, you just hand tighten it out.
Let me get these tools
out of there. Now it's a little tight area, so like, cause it's so tight, you might have to put your O2 sensor socket back on and give it another little turn. Okay, that's it. Okay, I got my O2 sensor back on. I mean the socket back on, and then because the area is kind of tight, just put your socket back on there like that and use your hand until you get it broke enough loose, and then you can just turn it freely with your hand. And like I said, you hold the wiring because you do not want your wiring to tangle, and just keep twisting until it's loose. Once it's loose, you take it out, and that's what it looks like. All right, got my O2 sensor, the bottom downstream, so I got it in there, line it up good. Make sure you don't want to see how these wires, if you don't hold them, they'll twist, right? You do not want your wires to twist, so you hold it and let it swing around as you turn, and then like spark plugs, you just finger tighten it until it's, you know, snug in, and then once it's snug, and you get your O2 socket, put it back on. You got to be careful with these things because these wires are delicate and they will get caught in the inside of Make sure you get your ratchet on lock. And like I said, finger tighten it. Alright, and then once it's just snug, you know, snug, you ain't got to be Superman to put this on tight. Just put it on tight, snug it up. Take your O2 sensor, ratchet off, get it out the way. Then you reach up. And the good thing about these plugs, they only can go on one way. So all right, we put the two O2 sensors downstream and upstream back on and got them plugged in. And now we're gonna put the negative cable back on. Make sure it's snug down there on there good. Make sure it's snug, and then you want to check it. Check it, make sure it's tight, and then once it's tight, you hold up on the bottom of the. Hold up on the bottom of the ratchet, so the screw will lock in. All right. And that's it. It's tight. Check it. You also want to check your battery. Make sure it's tight. Make sure all your cables is tight. And that's it.
So today what we replace?
We replaced the two O2 sensors downstream and upstream on the 2014
Malibu LT. Dupes and Big Toby and Chucky. Y'all stay tuned for our next video.